Hello Pokemon fans, I'm Keldeo1, and today I have a special guest, Hypervenom 8.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Alright, he's going to help me with some of this big news. Big news. Like, next evolution of the original X and Y starters, and new form of Mewtwo, coming up with some new Pokemon, and much more. I hope you're excited. Let's begin. Let's start with Chespin. As you instantly realize, you know the familiar form of Chespin, but his next form is just a squirrel that gains a lot of weight.
Hey, don't insult my favorite.
Comparatively, you notice a lot of similar features. The Japanese name of it is Harabugu, but the English name has not been released.
As you can see, it has some familiar features like the nose, which is just pointed out of it. It has a shell around its whole body, and its tail seems to look alike.
Not one of my favorites, but
I know it's mine.
Here's Fennekin. As many people love the little fire fox, but its next form looks slightly different.
As you can see, it now stands on its hind legs and still has that red fur coming out of its ears.
Japanese name is actually now Tiruna, but English name has also not been released yet. It actually seems to have a twig coming out of its tail, and its look is leaning toward an expected fire and fighting type, and I don't think the fans will like this too much. Too many fire and fighting types.
Just like Combusken, Pignite's, and Monferno's evolutions.
Next up is Froakie, whose evolution I really like a lot.
Me too.
Alright, this is Garogashira in Japanese. English name, again, not released. I can't wait till they release those.
As you can see, it looks very different from Froakie.
It seems to keep the glasses on his nose, except they don't really look like glasses too much anymore. He keeps the fuzz around his neck, his arms are longer, and his head looks more like a salamander.
He looks more like a gecko.
So, what'd you think? I don't know about the other two, but I really like Froakie's second form.
I like all of them, but Chespin has to be my favorite.
Yeah. My mind doesn't cooperate with the others. Anyway, next up is the 2 new Mega Evolutions they released. I hope you're excited. Look familiar to you guys? Well, sad to say, but you cannot get him if you have Pokemon X.
Sad to say for those Pokemon X fans, that'd be me.
Except for one good reason why you should get Pokemon X. Introducing Mega Mewtwo X.
Sad to say, but I have to like Mega Mewtwo Y better.
You can only get Mega Mewtwo X in Pokemon X. Mega Mewtwo Y is exclusive to Y, as in the name.
He's psychic and fighting type, as you could probably tell.
Now let's compare them. As you can see, Mewtwo X looks a lot more masculine.
Yes. You know, looking at them side by side, I think I like Mega Mewtwo X better than Y now.
I don't know. It looks like Mewtwo X kept a lot of the similar features of the original Mewtwo. Just some added things around the shoulders. His tail is a little different. Surprisingly, he doesn't have a tail on his head.
He looks more fighting, and that's what I like.
I'm thinking they just might add a Psychic and Fairy to the Mega Mewtwo Y. Well, if they added a type to one of them and not to the other, I just don't think it's hardly fair.
Yeah.
Alright, next up. Starting to get excited?
I hope you are, Pokemon fans.
It is, in fact, the long-awaited,
extremely awesome Mega Garchomp.
You begin to notice that his arms are now amazing scythes.
Pretty awesome if you take it from my opinion.
If you take it from mine, you'll get no worse response. Now, if you notice, he has spikes along his body a lot more. His head and his jaw are a lot more masculine and long.
I like the center of his body with the spikes coming out.
His knees have long red spikes on them, and to me, he's just the picture of awesomeness.
Agreed.
What did you think? I happen to really like Mewtwo X, but I think I'm still going for Pokemon Y.
I like Mewtwo X a lot, but I think I like Mewtwo Y better.
Yeah, I still can't decide which one I like. Mewtwo X kept a lot of Mewtwo's familiar... I don't know. He looked a lot the same, just with a few different parts. Mewtwo Y looks completely different. I don't know. I still can't decide.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
Anyway, next up are the completely new Pokemon they come up with, including new fossil Pokemon. So, here we go. This Pokemon was revealed a split second during the Nintendo Direct that revealed the Mega Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. Its name is Torimian, which is its Japanese name, sadly. They have not come up with the English name.
It's always Japan first.
Well, they do come up with them. But also, it looks a bit like an Absol, or when I first saw it, it did. But now that I see it more, I don't think so.
I thought it was a next evolution of Absol.
I thought the possibility of it being a baby evolution, but anyway, next up.
Starting up is one of the Pokemon fossils of the game, Chigarasu. As you can see, it's kind of hunched over, and it looks really small to me. I like the spikes on its head and its razor-sharp teeth. To me, it looks like a mini Tyrannosaurus Rex. I like the spike on its tail also. I bet you its next evolution is going to be huge. Chigarasu is in fact its Japanese name, and its American name has not been came out with, as also all of the other Pokemon today.
The next fossil that was revealed today happens to be named Amaterasu, which is, again, its Japanese name. Need I say it? No English name. Now, if you notice, I really like this Pokemon a lot. It resembles another dinosaur, the kind that like to swim in the water. It looks like it has a crystal on the side of its stomach, and its huge eyes with yellow wing-like structures on its head. It is, in fact, ice and rock, and I'm really excited for this Pokemon. Next up, and forgive me if I do not say this correctly, I'm not good at Japanese names, is Nyaoikusu, which is, like I said, its Japanese name. And it is two different genders. The genders look different from each other. And I will start with the one on the left. The one on the left has a blue tuft of hair on its head. And I'm thinking this one might be the girl one. It just seems very glamorous. Its tail is very puffy. And it has a puff of fur around its neck. And it seems to be wearing a kind of dress.
The one on the right, the one I am doing, has stripes on its ears, and I don't know, but its eyes just look boyish, if you ask me. It has white feet, and its tail is kind of puffed out a little more than the female, and it is also striped.
So, what do you think? Pretty cool overall. I mean, there are some, I don't know. What do you think about them?
I think I agree with you. Some of them are just very, very weird and interesting, but some are really awesome.
Yeah, I happen to like that Mewtwo X form a lot. Anyway, so I believe that's all today. You can post whatever you like to say about the new Pokemon or new forms. And please subscribe. See you later, Pokemon fans.
Sayonara.